What did the Facebook post say?
That bitch was tied up.
Oh, just was it good? Good, great. Do you have any plans?
Hello everybody, Excited Utterance here. My name is Hella. Hello. Ooh, Sweet Toothberry is here. Good to see you. And Flashman85, good to see you as well. It's another Nick Godejohn day. Not Gypsy Rose. We don't like her. She's a liar. And and John Common, good to see you too. I think you're feeling better. I heard you were. And Kim, good to see you. Yes. So there's been so much news in the Nick Godejohn world, and good news as well. I think that things are going a bit better for him. You've been waiting for this, still not. Oh, it's so good to see you here too. Good to see you here too. We're back to our regular programming this week. None of that nasty stuff. None of those people over on that channel saying all those things that we were talking about last week. Hello, Vilhammer Media. Hello. Sorry, can't make it. I'm having my deck laid. I'm not going to say it that way. I'm not going to say it with a New Zealand accent.
Yes.
The deck. Hope everyone's doing okay. Hey, Kim. All right, and we're going to bring Dolly in. Hey, Dolly.
How are you?
Good. Kim, we're doing great. I hope you're doing okay. And hello, Mr. Tragic. Mr. Tragic from my hometown. And you know what? Because the US states, except for Arizona, which is where this one's from, we're kind of like Queensland here in Australia. All the other states have done their daylight savings time changeover thingy-me-bob. And in Queensland, we also don't have daylight saving. And anyway, so in America, they've changed their daylight saving thing, which means that here, I have to be ready an hour earlier.
Yes.
Or Eastern Standard Time, whatever it is. So yeah, so we all have to adjust for the Americans, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's just my Sunday show that we're changing to 4 p.m. Eastern.
And we're going to be
time.
changing my Jensen show too. I'm still working on that.
Oh yeah, your Jensen show on Saturday is changing. Yeah. Cool. All right, so lots of stuff happening today. First, before we do anything else, because I know a lot of people come to this channel and rely on it for a little bit of sort of top level interpretation of some of the stuff that's happening in the courts with Nick's appeal. So we're not lawyers. We're just going to put that straight out there. And I don't know if we're going to have a surprise visit from any lawyers today. Sometimes we get lawyers just popping on panel, but not sure if anyone's going to pop on and help us today. But we think that we can help anyway interpret some of the stuff that's been coming out of the court in Missouri in regard to Nick's appeal. So, because there's been some really sort of confusing documents come out of the courts. So what I just wanted to refer to is a few weeks ago, we had Bobby Godejohn put this on Facebook, and that was in regard to, I'll see if I can zoom it up. Yeah. He said, what did happen today? This is about 4 weeks ago. What did happen today? Nick received in the mail the state's briefing on why they don't feel the court should accept his appeal, as well as the testimony of Dr. W. Nick said he was not impressed, and what this means is he is now able to file a rebuttal to their claims, but Dr. W has an extensive medical background as a neuropsychologist. Okay, and from his appellant's brief, the jury did not hear evidence from an expert neuropsychologist specializing in ASD, stating that Nick's autism played a role in his social relationship with GB, so Gypsy Blanchard. Okay, so basically that means that, about a month ago, the court denied his request for appeal. Correct, Dali?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And I don't know if we actually got to see that document then, but what's happened since is this. So, Dali, do you want to just get up the list of things that have happened through the courts? That would be cool.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
We could just present that to screen.
Excuse me while I whip it out.
Dali.
So yeah, this is one of the this is the case number SD 37983, Nicholas Godejohn appellant versus state of Missouri. So this
Hey, Bobby.
is hey Bobby. The I'm not a lawyer, by the way, not claiming to be one. I just hang around lawyers.
We hang around lawyers all day.
I'm too honest to be a lawyer, is what it comes down to.
Yeah, right.
But I do watch. I've God, at this point, well over 50 trials.
We watch trials all the time,
Yes.
and then we hang out with lawyers all day. So we see a few of these documents.
Yes. So, and I request documents like this. Right?
Love blazing saddles.
So,
All
anyways, this is the history of this latest appeal. Basically, it's from my interpretation, and even myself, who is more informed about how this works, it is still very complex. Basically, his original appeal was turned down. So now they are trying to appeal that decision.
Yeah.
They wrote a 49-ish page reason for why it should be appealed. State responded. What that was just there was the this here talking about this. This was like 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So the state, the state filed their response to his appeal. And then Nick and his lawyers filed like a 9-page response to what the state or the prosecutor said.
Yes.
That was all submitted to the judges, the appeals court, and they aren't going to have any oral motions or so it's just everything has been submitted to the lawyers or the judges at this point.
Yeah.
So now it's just we just wait.
Yeah. So in regard to that, I'm just going to share this tab instead. This one here. Okay. So this is the 9-page document that has been getting around on the internet, and people are sort of like, "What does this mean?
Yeah.
What's this all about?" And basically, it's Nick's lawyers saying, "Okay, well, we don't agree with that. We want to appeal that decision, and we are going to appeal that decision, and we're going to try again, basically." And he has the right to try again. He has the right to appeal the decision of the court that they said no, basically, and his lawyers are doing that. So that's great. Now, they still have Dr. W on board. They can still utilize that neuropsychologist. I think that's his qualification. And this is just a short document that explains that situation. Look, it says, contrary to the respondent's argument, Mr. Godejohn proved both Strickland prongs through Dr. W's testimony. Now, Strickland prongs, that's a legal term, citing Strickland versus Washington. So this is what you call
Case law.
Case law, yeah. So another case from previously.
Like a situation that is similar, that has already been ruled on before. And
Yeah,
that's why
yeah,
you need to rule this way.
yeah, yeah. Respondent concedes that Dr. W testified regarding the issue of deliberation. It's a, oops, I'll just bring this up. It's a mischaracterization that these two rational actors were having a rational conversation for themselves, each representing a set of logic that's impeccable in its own design. So whilst this all sounds really wordy, etc., it's just basically saying that these weren't two people, Gypsy and Nick, that were both just like normal people having a normal conversation and going, yes, let's just go and do this. Oh yes, sure, that's fine. Let's go and stabby this woman. No, it wasn't like that at all. When they say actors in court terms, actors means people doing a thing. So acting is I'm doing an act. And yes, look, they're trying again. And basically the whole thing starts over. I can pretend to be a lawyer, but if you take advice from a random guy on the internet named Baloney, is it? Baloney, then you're dumb. Yeah, look, I ain't giving out any legal advice, but there's been a lot of people on the internet going, look, can you just explain this to me like I'm a 2-year-old? So that's it. That's basically the really easy version of this. The appeal got denied, and they're trying again. And they have every right to try again. Why not? Might as well, because he's going to be in prison for the rest of his life anyway right now. So he's got nothing to lose. He may as well try again, and good for his lawyers to get by him and trying again. So what was this? He was guided through the whole crime. When you see what Gypsy sent him and told him, especially after the video she made in her mum's bedroom came out. Yeah, yeah. So really the issue that we came up against, and I would really, oh, hey, Albania. Yeah, look, the issue that we found when we looked through his appellant brief, and this is the appellant brief that came out 2022, and I would say to you guys, definitely go and have a look at the stream that we did with attorney Andrew Branca when we went through that appellant brief in detail. What he said was that the biggest problem is that overriding all of that was Nick's own admission that he made a choice when he stood there and he looked at Dee Dee Blanchard, and he actually said the thing about how he had the good side and the bad side in his head, and he stood there and he made a choice. Unfortunately, that really doesn't help him with the whole intentional homicide thing. Yeah, him saying that really doesn't help, regardless of whether or not he had the right expert witness. But we can only hope, because the rest of this evidence about not having an expert witness, it's fair. Like, we all know it's fair. And yeah, he definitely was manipulated. There's no question about it. Okay. That have only gotten 20 to 25 years of life. For him to get life in prison is ridiculous. He was set up. He was manipulated, even if he takes a deal like 30. And that's the other thing. He was offered a plea deal of 30 years. He was hoping to get something more like what Gypsy got. That's the sad thing.
Yeah.
That's the sad thing. Okay, now let's go back to our regular programming. And we were in the middle, before we went into that whole hype about what's happening on that MPG Cornerstone Nation channel, and I just saw they put another video out, and I'm not even going to look at it. I'm just like, no, too much drama. Too much drama. We are going to look, we're going to continue the look at what his mum was saying, because it's a good insight into their family life and what Nick was going through and how much he was manipulated. And then, for the very first time, we're going to have a look at the stepdad and what he had to say. And I'll tell you what, it's interesting. He has some stuff to share. I don't know how many people here have seen it before. I hadn't seen it before. And yeah, so we'll get to both of those today because they're both quite short. And I'll have a look at your comments in a moment. Thank you everyone for joining us and for bringing your comments up. So let's have a looky. I'll just change things over here. Okay, and I'll get some sound going. Right, share this tab. Oh, hello. Just a moment. Why is it doing this to me? Why can't I do it?
Oh no.
Oh no. Give me a moment. You know when it won't let you share the tab for some reason. I need to share this tab instead. And then I could go like that.
Can you?
There we go.
Let me know something was on Facebook about her, saying she was trying to get. Oh, like, are you kidding me? I had a long conversation with her about it. I was like, are you kidding me? I mean, that freaked me out right there. I mean,
Do you think that she was trying to get pregnant?
I don't know.
We should probably give her a pregnancy test, huh?
Oh my God. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'll let them know there.
Look at her Facebook account; it's on there.
Okay. What was the name on her Facebook?
There were like a couple of them, but their names are like together on one of them. You know, I could probably pull it up on my phone.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
That
might help us
I
out.
can't believe that. I don't know. I'm just in shock. Let me go on mine. No internet connection. You know what? It's I would just go under like Gypsy, Nicholas Rose, or their names together. They're like there's like I know Nicholas is in there and I know Gypsy's in there and I think Rose might be in there. Okay. It's like they had
What was the Rose? Is that her?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I know nothing about her. All I know is that I said, the first time I went down there, I said, Nikki, you can't, if a parent doesn't want you around their kid, that's the way it is, that's your parent.
Yeah.
What do I teach you about respect? You have to respect people. And
How old do you think she is?
I was told she was 19.
Okay.
How old is she?
Well, we have information. She's 17, 19, and 23. So
Yeah.
The problem is that I'll just tell you, I don't know if you've seen the news media. Did you see
I won't
Springfield?
even turn the TV on.
Okay. Well, this is the situation with Gypsy, is that her mom, it's my understanding her mom had her pretend like she was like 16 years old, and they would push her around in a wheelchair and pretend like she couldn't walk. And this went on for many of years. And she would wear a mask and hats and tell them that she was going to treatment, and they would raise thousands of dollars for her and her family. But actually, am I correct in saying she walks just fine?
Yeah.
She walks up and down the stairs.
The stairs to our house, they go straight up.
Okay, so that's a good question. Hi, Linda Hoffer, and welcome to chat. Okay, so question: how aware was Nick of Gypsy's alleged medical abuse? If it saved Gypsy from a life sentence, it should have saved Nick from a lifetime sentence. Ha! Really good question. Nick was very aware. In fact, Nick thought he was saving Gypsy from just torture, from a torturous situation. I don't know how well he understood what was going on, like as in whether that she was being made to like be in a wheelchair or anything like that. I'm not sure how much detail that he was being given, because she lies a lot, Gypsy. Like, she makes up a lot of stories, but she definitely told Nick that she was being abused. No question about that. No question about that. Because that's why the whole idea of the murder came up. He truly believed that there was no option than to save her from this person who was treating her like some sort of caged animal, right? So he truly believed that he had to get her out of this situation.
Yeah.
That he was scooping her up, like a white knight, and he had to save her. He loved her so much, he had to save her. Right. So and yet she was just this poor, frail,
Injured
little
little dove.
injured little dove. Yeah, exactly. And it was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do. Yeah. So yeah, that I don't know how much that information would have helped him at trial, but it's certainly interesting. Like, it would have changed the complexion of things, I think, Linda.
Yeah.
Hey T, regarding the mum, I don't know if she unalived herself or not. There's been so many theories that have gone out there. And then I know there's been a lot of talk about, like, Nick not wanting people to talk about it. So look, I don't know. All I know is it's incredibly sad that this woman here, she seems to be lovely. Like, she seems to be a really caring mum. She seems to truly have wanted to protect him from the outside world. And then not only for this to happen, but then for her son to have been taken away, and she never got to spend time with him again. She passed away. And it's just such a sad story. It's such a sad story. The whole thing is just so sad. And I always say in these situations, like, people always forget the family of the defendant. Like, they always forget that there's a whole set of other victims. Like, they always think about the victims, and they think about the victims as being the victims, like the actual victims, like the ones who are the family of the person who passed away or was injured or whatever. And that's fine. They are victims, absolutely. But then there's a whole other set of victims, and that is the defendant's family, because their families are ruined, like, forever. They're all torn apart. They never get to see that person again. They don't, and people's like, oh, like, well, you know, but they're a murderer or whatever. But their families aren't. You know, it's terrible. Hey, Sherry Reed, good to see you. Yay, you caught alive. Woohoo. Good to see ya. Autistic people took things literally. So when Gyp said it's the only way, he believed her. Yep. And it's so good to have people here who really understand what this is all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor woman. Totally. You didn't know about the mum? Well, you're learning about her now. That's it. And I'm so pleased to actually have this video and to be able to show her side. I just keep going.
She walks up and down those just
Yeah, I mean, if she would have fell down, I would have helped her up or something, but
right.
She was walking. When I picked them up from the bus station, she was walking.
Yeah. So for years, they pretended like she couldn't walk and pretend like she was ill, and
just to collect benefits.
I'm not really sure why, but they would do, our community would do fundraisers for them.
Wow.
So that's something you're going to see in the media. Our sheriff just made a media announcement about that, because to let our families in our area were so concerned, because these were supposedly really Christian people, and here they're missing, and then come to find out mom's dead, and then come to find out now Nick's the one that stabbed her, and so what's his cousin's name?
Oh, Ricky.
Ricky. Would I be able to speak with Ricky? Does he live around the area, or?
He lives in, you know what, I'm telling you right now, there's no way that, absolutely not with Ricky. He's like.
Do you think Ricky even knows anything about this at all?
No, absolutely not. Ricky's an angel.
Okay.
You know, he has a heart problem. He just goes to work and comes home. He's a great kid.
How old is he?
Him and Quinn, I'm talking about my younger son. Him and Nick are pretty close to the same age, but no, Ricky's an angel.
Okay.
Absolute angel.
Is there a phone number where I can call him?
Let me see if, oh my God, he's probably going to be in shock too. He's got to be on here.
I don't want to give him a heart attack if he has heart conditions, but
414.
uh-huh.
My eyes are so bad. 336.
Okay.
It's right there.
8157. Okay. I may give him a call tonight and talk to him.
I'll give
Yeah.
him a call.
I have to console them because they are really close because they're both, you know.
Is that your side of the family or his dad's side?
His
of the family?
dad's side.
Where does his dad live?
His dad lives in West Allis, which
Can you
is
spell
right
that for
outside
me?
of Milwaukee. West. And then Alice is Allis.
I love
And what's
how
his dad's
like
name?
this investigator, she's just acting so sweet, isn't she?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
All
sure
sweet.
you guys have all seen the interrogation of Nick. Completely different woman, isn't she?
Yeah.
Like she just turns 180 degrees to speak to the mum. She's all like just sweetness and light. Oh yes, yes, I'm sure. Like just I'm sure he was just a lovely kid. Like, oh yes, I'm sure no problems at all. And just like wait till we get a little bit further into it. She just knows how to get information out of the mum by just agreeing with everything that she says. Whereas with Nick, she was prying into all sorts of parts of his sexual
Yeah. Oh God.
yeah, it was gross actually.
Yeah.
The way she was asking him questions about, you know, whether he can ejaculate and things like that, and over again. It was really yucky. And it was kind of, I remember at the time we had Andrew Branco on panel, and he was like, imagine if the genders were
Yeah.
flipped around. Imagine if it were a male officer asking a female officer those sorts of questions. That would just be, not a female defendant, the same sorts of questions. That would just not be allowed. Like it would be harassment or something like that. You couldn't ask a female things like that. But yeah, this lady here, this interrogator, she knows exactly what to say, and she just completely changes like a chameleon.
Yeah.
I'm not very impressed with her. Yeah.
Bob.
And where did the curry come in?
Yes.
That is my maiden name.
Okay.
And his dad's last name is Godejohn. So
Did he change it or?
you know, I don't know. When he was born, I gave him my name.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know what he did. I don't know.
Do you know if Godejohn's his legal name?
It very well might be. But all I know is that I don't think he changed it legally. On his birth certificate, it's my name.
Okay. Birth certificate's Curry?
Yep.
Okay.
How is he doing? I mean, is he like, I don't know. I mean,
He
I can
knows.
see him trying to hurt himself or something. Not just because he can't take pressure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Has he ever tried to hurt himself before?
No, but he gets really upset even when you have a normal conversation with him and there's like, you're trying to tell him something or scold him about something. He just can't take pressure.
And what does he do when that?
It just gets really huffy and puffy and like a kid would.
Okay.
So I don't know.
He is, he knows what he's done is wrong.
Yeah.
He knows that, he says that he would have never hurt anyone if it wasn't for Gypsy.
Absolutely.
And his love for Gypsy. He says she wanted him to do it. But he's doing fine. He cried a lot today when I spoke with him briefly. I had to tell him about the warrants and stuff, and he cried a lot. Not necessarily about the charges. He's like, okay. He appears okay with that part of it, but the part that he's never going to see Gypsy again or you or what.
So she amazingly got in his head pretty well. Like,
so those things he's struggling with, you know.
Yeah.
I tried to explain to him everything I could. He took great comfort in knowing that I'll be where he's going in Missouri, because he says that way he could reach out and talk to someone, and I will.
Absolutely.
I am a detective, I am law enforcement, but I also am a mom, and I have a heart. And he's going to be there, and if he wishes to speak with me, he just fills out a little form and explains all that to him, what he needs to do to talk to me.
Okay.
And so I anticipate he'll probably do that once he gets there.
Okay.
I don't know, you know.
I'll wave my Miranda.
It's just a horrible situation.
They
came up with a story of how this happened, or they came up with a story, but their story didn't take too long to figure out was wrong, because we had plenty of evidence to counter everything that they tried to say at first, but it didn't. Not too much longer. He just told what happened.
So how do you? I mean, does she have like a record or anything?
No, she's never been in trouble ever.
Oh.
And it's my understanding he's only been in trouble about the McDonald's incident.
Yeah.
That's all I could find.
Right.
Is that the only time?
That's the only time.
Do you have a way for me to get a hold of Bob?
I can give you his parents' number.
Okay.
It's area code 414
Okay.
258
Okay.
2948.
And now your last name's, what is that?
Goldhammer.
Is it like gold?
It's like gold, hammer without the H, sorry.
Oh, so like gold.
Hammer. Yeah.
And what's your date of birth, Stephanie?
5/28/69.
Okay, so that's interesting. So I just want to backtrack a little bit. She is the one who got him to agree to his Miranda rights, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To waive them.
He didn't understand I waive his Miranda rights. He didn't understand his Miranda rights correctly. No. So there was a part of his Miranda rights that he actually was like, because they say, do you understand this? Do you understand this? Do you understand this? And there was a part that he was like, not sure. And eventually he like relented, but it was a bit fishy. He somehow, this detective has managed to, well, in her opinion, or what she's telling the mother, she's managed to get Nick's trust. She then goes to trial, and I don't know if you guys have watched the trial. We watched the trial from gavel to gavel here on this channel. The playlist is all there for you if you want to see it. And she completely, sorry for the pun, stuck the knife in him at trial. She was a star witness for the prosecution. She had abs. She was not on his side whatsoever. That's not what detectives are there for. When they find their man, that's not what they're there for at all. So yeah, unfortunately he should have had a lawyer with him. Guys, never speak to the cops. Never speak to the cops. Get a lawyer, especially if you're innocent. Not even if you're innocent, especially if you're innocent, because what they're going to do is this kind of thing. They just completely will. Every word that you say can and will be used against you in court.
Yeah.
Can't trust them. This is what they do. It's their job to just find somebody to convict.
And your social?
There's this little piece of audio just dropped out.
That's my report. When's the last time you seen Bob?
His dad?
Yeah.
Gosh, maybe a month and a half. He would go visit him.
Okay. How does he get there? Does he drive or?
We'll usually he'll get a ride, like Grandpa will come pick him up.
Okay.
Or we'll drive him and we'll pick him up.
Okay. You think he would have told Bob about anything that he?
Absolutely not.
Have you talked to Bob and told Bob
No,
what's
I
going
haven't
on?
had my phone.
Oh yeah.
It's really hard because all the numbers are in your phone.
Yeah, I do know that. My whole life's wrapped up in my phone. So I do understand that. What is, I was at your house today, but what is the address again?
It's West 228, South 8755.
Do you spell out the west and the south?
Nope, you could just put the S there and the W there.
Okay.
And then it's Cherry Street.
These addresses are way different than where I'm from. Big Bend?
Yep,
What's the zip?
53103.
Okay. Is there anything that you can think of that we didn't talk about that maybe we should have, or anything that you can think of that would either help Nicholas or Gypsy or
I just want everyone to know that as much as we tried to like make him not stop talking to her, but see that there are other people out there, there was no way we could do it.
Okay.
He would just get upset.
Has he been like this with other girls?
No,
No?
no.
Has he had a lot of girlfriends?
Maybe one or two. I mean, he has girls that are friends, but
Right.
you know, he had like had one girlfriend when he was in high school.
Okay.
But no, I mean, like I said, they've been talking for, I'm gonna say at least a couple of years.
Okay. And how many times has he went to Springfield to see her?
Just twice.
Okay. And they were both this year?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's a form of it. It's a form.
Okay. The disease, the illness, and then the sucker.
I love it. Yeah.
Okay. And who's his doctor?
He hasn't been to the doctor in a while. So
Right.
the doctor that diagnosed him, it's in the papers. I'd probably
Okay.
have to pull the papers out somewhere.
Okay. When's the last time you went to a doctor?
That was probably around 19, maybe. It was probably 19.
Okay. And he functions just fine without his medicine?
Yeah, the
Okay.
thing is with his medicine, when he was living with his dad, he was taking his medicine. And he just didn't want to take it anymore. He moved back in with me and he didn't want to take it anymore. But he seemed to be okay.
Okay.
He wasn't, you know, I
Right.
mean, I'm used to it. I raised him. To me, he didn't need it. But
Okay. All right. And he was able to get through school just fine?
yeah, I mean, he obviously was in LD classes, but
Okay. LD classes in high school?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is, he's a good kid. I've never had any problems with him.
Has he ever become angry with you and assaulted you or anything?
Absolutely not. No way. He would never. No way. No way. Gets a little frustrated, but when he gets frustrated, he'll just cry.
Okay.
No way. He's never been violent. That's what's so shocking. I just, the way the girl acted. I mean, how can you do something to your mother and lose your mother and just act like that? I was like, I'm just trying to wrap my head around it.
Did you notice anything odd about her voice?
Just her southern drawl.
Okay.
You know, like, yes, ma'am, and that,
Okay.
but no.
Was she high pitchy or squealy or anything?
Kind of, like, yeah, but when she started
Yes.
telling me that she planned to live at my house and get a job, I was like, what? What is she
What?
talking about? You know what I mean? Okay, that's
Okay, yeah, that bit, right? She just said she was just gonna live at her house and get a job and just stay at her house. Like, what?
Yeah.
If some random chick just turned up and was, I don't have a son, but like was sleeping with my son in my house and went, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a job and live here. What? No, you're not. You think you no? How about not? How about no? How about go away, little thing? You squeaky voiced little thing. How about like you ask first rather than tell, you entitled little whatever. She didn't help his case at all. Yeah, that's our soundboard. We've got I want a lawyer. Yeah, Sherry Reed, she didn't help his case at all, did she? She didn't want to help his case. She didn't try. That wasn't her goal at all. She only wanted to help herself. This was a setup. This was a complete and utter setup. Yeah. This is just she's absolutely crazy. Is that her real name? Oh yeah, it's her real name. Yeah, and it's funny that it's her real name because like she comes from a family of scammers. So yeah, it's
Not a good look.
quite yeah, it's not a good look. Yeah, just Yeah.
Not gonna
It's
happen,
crazy.
but I don't know. Sometimes you try and do things for your kids because you just
Sure.
want them to be happy.
Sure.
And as much as we tried to get him to just,
So why were you guys friends with her on Facebook?
I wasn't.
Oh,
She
okay.
just, he asked me to, you know, she wants to ask me questions about, you know, whatever. Fine. You know, I don't have any conversations with her on Facebook. Give me a break.
Okay.
You know, absolutely not.
Okay. But she was talking about wanting to get pregnant.
Yeah, one of my friends called me. She's like, Steph, you need to go on Facebook. Or I was like,
Yeah,
I've known my
check this out.
friend since I was like 15 years old. So whatever she says, I do. You know, we go way back. So that's when I was like, okay, she's not okay. Something's not right there, you know. But trying to tell him that, it's like he gets all defiant and, you know,
Right.
defensive, I should say.
Did they ever tell you they were getting married or anything like that?
God, no.
Okay.
I mean, we probably would have had time to his better. So.
Okay.
That's the thing. He's a normal looking kid. I mean, he has, but you know, he's just selling himself short. Even like the servers at my work, they'd be like, "He's a cute kid," you know. Well, fortunately, he has this beast that's been talking to him for a couple of years, and
Beast.
he sets his mind to something. It's just like he can't focus on other things.
Go,
I mean, if you
Mom.
learn about, that's a little bit about it.
Okay.
Like,
Did you
if you
hear
focus,
that? Oh,
Wow.
I'm clipping that one. That's good. He has this beast that's been talking to him for a couple of years. Boom. I've not heard anyone refer to her as a beast before. I love it. This beast. Yeah. Okay, so great success. So her son is Nick Godejohn, and he had Asbergers syndrome. He does have Asbergers syndrome. So his mind's around sort of 10, 12 years old. And yeah, Gypsy Rose Blanchard was dating him for 2 years. In other words, basically just waving her fanny around online, sending him lots of photos and having like phone text, sex, whatever with him, and leading up to the point where he would go cross the state lines and do the unaliving of her mother for him, Charles Manson style. And then, yeah, when it came time for them to be caught by the police, she basically just told them that, you know, like, yeah, she told him to do it, but he did it. And she got off with 10 years. And she's actually out now, living her best life. And she has, I think it's now 15 million social media followers. She has what is it? She has a book deal. She has a reality show coming out, her and her husband. Did you know that, Dolly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lifetime series, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, she's walking the red carpet, all that kind of thing. And yeah, he's in prison for life, no parole.
Yep. It's. Uh-oh. Well, okay. It's my channel now. I'm the captain. I'm the captain now. Oh, yeah. I kicked Hella out. I'm going to end the stream. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure she'll be back. Ah, there you go. Hang on. No, I'm not going to say any bad words, Bobby. Good Lord. Do you mean neighbor? Oh, God. Well, in the meantime, what can I do? I guess Hella's eat it herself. I can pull up. Oh, now my browser's messed up. Hold on, guys. Let me go ahead and pull up the video we were watching and resume while she figures out her internet connectivity issues. Oh, wait, no. Speak of the devil.
Yep, sorry. Very strange internet interruption. Incredibly weird.
It's okay.
Like,
I didn't say anything to get you muted.
It didn't even slowly go away. It just went boom like that. I was like, wow, okay.
Wow.
That was very strange.
Yeah, we just got like 3 new people to join. I don't know what that means. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
That's so weird. That's so weird. Okay, so
it is like the numbers did kind of go up as soon as you came back in.
As soon as I came back in, it's like people left and then people came back. All right, sorry about that, guys.
Looks like he could be really good at it.
Okay.
But yeah, he wasn't having dating anyone else. I'm like, let's go to church. You might find a nice church girl, you know.
Okay. Well, you can have your phone back, and let me get your phone number in case I need to call
Yeah,
you.
it's 262.
Okay.
366.
Okay.
4898. And if you
It's
do
an imaginary stream.
before you go back, or I don't know if he's going back with you, probably not. But just tell him that his mom and his stepdad love him,
Okay.
and that you know, we will come and see him.
Okay.
I'm just trying to wait for everything. People at my house, cameras and everything. I just want to give it a little bit, and you know.
I completely understand, and you know him better than anybody probably in the world. So you know what he's thinking, you know how he's feeling, and you know what's going on with him.
Yeah.
And all I can do for
I
you.
almost feel like he's safer.
Yeah.
It's really, really bad to say, but I almost feel like he's safer now than having contact with her on a regular basis, knowing what I know now.
Yeah. Did you, how long had it been that you were trying to discourage the relationship?
I'd say months. You know,
Okay.
like, Nick, you're a good-looking kid. I mean, you're a nice kid.
Would he always talk about her?
Just that he was always online with her, or she sent him like a ring in the mail or something, and always, I love you, and this and that, and like, you don't even know our relationship on the internet is not a relationship.
No.
What kind of ring did she send him?
I don't know. So she probably got it out of a bubblegum machine. I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm sure he could tell you.
Real?
You know, it's really sad because he is a good kid and he's a good-looking kid, and for him to
she loves him
ruin his
so
life over
much.
that, I'm sorry, but she's a beast.
Yeah.
Oh, she did it again.
I don't know.
Well, that's what we know so far.
My younger son, who loves his big brother, you know,
Yeah.
he's the only brother he has, and trying to explain to him, you're probably not going to see Nick, and he doesn't. You know.
Understand.
Right.
Well, I'd like to give you my card.
Okay.
And if you think of anything that you want to talk to me about or whatever, you can call me. I'll try my hardest to remember to call you when I know that he's been extradited.
Okay.
Because they won't typically tell the family or us. They just do it because of safety reasons.
Right.
So once I know that he's in our jail, I'll try to give you a call and let you know.
I appreciate everything. I mean, like I said,
it's a hard situation. I can't even imagine to be sitting in your shoes at all. And I know you've been displaced out of your home, and we've had your cell phones, and we've done all of this stuff. But the purpose is because he did something very, very horrible.
Is he going to be allowed to have contact with her?
He wants it bad. And sometimes, I don't know how this works, and I've never understood this in all my years in law enforcement. Sometimes inmates are allowed to write each other back and forth. So he may at some point be able to communicate with her. Now, in our facility, he will not be able to communicate with her by mail or any other way. They'll have.
And he wants to?
He does. He loves her.
He needs a prison shrink or something.
Prison
He
shrink.
loves her. He's adamant that he's in love with
He's
her
a
and
prison
that he worships
shrink.
her. That's what he kept telling me. I worship her.
Ah,
So
I don't know. I think I'm still in shock about, I don't even, I mean, I haven't talked to anybody, and it's like, I know once I get my friends around me, I'm probably gonna lose my mind, but it's like,
yeah,
I'm just trying to keep it together for my kid. I don't want him to see me lose it, you know?
right. I understand that. I understand that
And
completely.
it's weird because I almost feel like Nick's safer right now than having her orchestrating him doing anything, you know? It was like everything she said, he would, no, you know, okay, baby, or whatever, and I just,
Do you know how they met?
no, we just had to be on the internet, that's all I know.
Yeah, that's what they told us, was at like a dating site. So it was like Christian free
Really?
dating or something like that.
ChristianDatingForFree.com.
Wow.
But some of the items we collected from his room was, of course, the clothing that he wore whenever he killed Dee, the knife.
Oh my God,
They
if I
had-
would even thought anything, I would have freaking grabbed him and taken him right down here and said,
Take care
bye.
of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think there was a little around $4,000 to $5,000 of cash that they had stolen from the lady, her mom.
I didn't need it anymore.
We took some of this computer stuff, some of their love notes, clothing, cell phone, things like that.
Wow.
Hey, Laura.
So,
I mean, I knew that he was like madly in love with her. Why, I have no idea, but there's no way I could comprehend him doing this. Like I said, he's always been a good kid. He's never given me trouble.
well,
Good-natured kid, you know?
he definitely did it. He definitely told us exactly how he did it, and
Well, yeah,
it
I mean,
matches.
he'll be honest. He's honest.
Yeah.
He's honest.
And it matches everything he said, matches our scene
Yeah.
and everything, and it's consistent. And
Is she like, I mean, is she taking any sort of, you know, is she like, well, okay, it was me too, or is she trying to put it all on?
she takes some responsibility, but not much. Not much at all.
Like I heard someone say, they said something on news, like he raped her. I'm like, give me a break. You know, a couple months before that, my friend's calling me saying she wants to have a baby with him.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
That statement right there, she made on a Facebook post. Did you see the Facebook post where
No.
it says, okay, that's right. Well, on Dee and Gypsy's Facebook post that they share, there's some horrible messages that were posted on there that said, like, I believe like they slashed her, or like I slashed her, I killed her, and then I raped the girl, and the girl's dead too. Well, those all were actually posted by Gypsy. I'm done.
Thank you for everything.
Well,
like I said, we
that's great. If I see him, I'll be glad to tell him that.
yeah,
And
just tell them that we love them, and
you have my card, and
Yeah.
if you have any questions or say something that's confusing here and you're like, I don't know why this is happening or that's happening, maybe you can give me a call and I can call up here and get you some answers.
all right.
And
I just want you to know that, you know, whatever he's done, he is a good kid.
I get that
know,
feeling when I talk
mean,
to
he
him.
is a really good kid, and anything you ask him, he will be honest with you.
okay.
You know.
All right.
Thank you for everything.
Good luck.
We'll be in touch.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. Hi, MLS people. How's it going? How's it going? Says that there was something the detective said a while back that she knew Gypsy's family and they held fundraising events. I think she was biased, help to help Gypsy in this. That's interesting. The detective said, when did the detective say that? I'm really keen to know. Oh, John H., there are so many documentaries and movies on this. There's one called Mummy, Dead and Dearest. There's another one called The Act. Guys, help me out in chat. there's so many things on this, and that's the other thing. Like, people get really biased about this because they've seen stuff on this, and like, because like the narrative's already there. Like, when Gypsy was about to come out, there were people like counting down to the day she got out. Oh yay, Gypsy's coming out of prison. And it's only sort of now in the last couple of months that I'm just going to pause this for a second. It's only now in the last couple of months that people have sort of turned their attention away from Gypsy, or turned their sympathy away from Gypsy, because she started to really show her true colors. Hello everyone, good to see you. Snapped Killer Couples is another one. Hey David, thank you for that. Hey Cool Gamer, how's it going? Okay, so now what we're gonna do, she's a friend of Flux, is she? I don't think so.
But she came out, you said.
I think you should address some of the symptoms of autism to really understand what's going on in his mind. Okay, so Nat, what I'd like you to do, please, and because you are an expert on this, not me.
Me?
So, no, still Nat.
Oh, what you're saying, I was an expert on autism.
No, still Nat is.
I mean,
still
I
Nat.
am, but
I would love it if you could please pop a few comments in chat, and I will bring them up on screen, because I don't want to speak for the autism awareness community without being an expert on that. So you know far more about this than me. You put some excellent comments onto the streams about this, so please go ahead and pop a few things up and we'll bring those up. Thank you. So I now would like, oh hello, sorry, I had an unexpected interruption to deal with. Hello Becca Lynn, good to see you. Sal's autistic, he can speak on behalf of everyone.
I mean, that was the joke I was going with, but yeah, I mean, it's
no, true. we're not gonna joke about it.
No, I am like, yeah, I've dealt with it, and I have a lot
you have dealt with, yes, absolutely. Nick suffers from Asbergers Syndrome, though. So
yeah, I'm not familiar with all the exact. I mean, they're all a little different, but
yeah. So I know there's quite it's a spectrum. That's why they call it a spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we might. I mean, you can speak on it.
No, it's just I have gone through a lot earlier in life. Interacting with people, it's very difficult. He isn't, and I don't mean this to be mean, he isn't very intelligent. He has Asperger's issues, and I have a lot of sympathy for him, though. You know, I was blessed in that I'm more intelligent, and it's good and bad because I hyper focus on trying to fit in and be normal, come across as normal. So, and I'm more, I have the mental faculties to try to come across as normal as I can. So I have a lot of sympathy though for him not being able to kind of see warning signs like this.
Yes. Because he's so easily led, isn't he? Like, he doesn't see that this person is not being genuine. And he actually said this in an interview that he gave an interview with a reporter before his trial, and it just, I mean, I know a lot of people do that, and it's just a silly thing, but he really just thought this person was genuine and wanted the best for him, whereas so many people in life don't want the best for you. So I feel like, again, he's just really trusting and is easily led. Okay, so let's just have a look at what Nat says. why was Nick so in love with her? Autistic people tend to have hyper focus. When Gypsy gives him attention, seeking for a relationship is the only thing he could think from then on. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm bronzed, yeah. My son's level 2. It has many variations from person to person. They usually take most things literally. Ah, that's another thing that's come out. Yes, yes. We've
Junior.
noticed this.
Sorry, just give me a second.
You're right. You're right. Okay,
Out
so
of there.
what we're going to do next is we have and this is a short interview that happened at the time, and we haven't seen this one before. I didn't even know it existed. I think it might have been Stillnat actually who commented on one of the previous streams, and this is Nick's stepdad, and he was living in the house with his mother Stephanie Goldhammer. And this is Nick's stepbrother, also in the room. Obviously, he's blurred out because he's a minor. And there's another investigator who's there talking to them at the time when when Nick was when Nick had just been arrested. And he's got some really interesting things to say about what was going on with Nick and Gypsy in the house just leading up to the event, and also about Nick and his condition. So let's get into this. And if anyone else has more to add about the situation with the autism and the Aspergers syndrome, please, I'll bring the comments up as well. Let's keep going. Oh, I'll just get this.
What we're trying to establish at this point is, here's your thumbs back. What we're trying to establish here is if there was any communication that you might have had with either one of them last week during that time that all this stuff was going on.
The only communication I had was just to call him to see if he was all right, what's going on. Because I told him to keep in touch, and he wouldn't keep in touch.
Okay.
She was getting
sure.
one the opposite way. So I was at work, and she's panicking, so I call him, and eventually either he'd answer me or my text or something.
Sure.
And I even asked him a couple times, I'm like, you guys are not getting in trouble, right? Which I wasn't thinking that kind of trouble. I was thinking,
just
like hoping or whatever.
Yeah, right.
I wasn't expecting anything like this.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was really. So, what day was that you talked to him? Do you remember? Was it on that cell phone or was it?
It was on my phone.
On that phone?
I talked to him every day he was there.
Okay. And you guys knew he was going to Springfield, right?
Right.
Okay. Did he say why he was going down there? Did he give you a purpose?
Just to get her and bring her up here.
Okay. So he's going down there.
He told me that she was kicked out and all that stuff. Well, with all this going on, I don't really think she was kicked out. I don't think she was in a homeless shelter or nothing.
Is that what she said?
That's what she said.
And she told
she told my wife
that she was in a homeless shelter. She knew what day that was. She told her that.
That was Saturday morning when she picked them up from the bus station.
Okay. Well, that was a lie.
Right.
To be honest with you. Once they find out.
That's what
yeah, that was a multi-faced lie. She wasn't kicked into a homeless shelter. So, her and her mom make it. Yeah. Do you think he's on any kind of controlled substances or anything?
No, he isn't.
When he did it?
No.
Okay. Does he have a history of any kind of drug abuse?
He doesn't do any drugs or drink. He's a clean cut kid.
Okay.
Up until this point.
Was he working up here whenever he was here?
He was collecting SSI. Because
Okay.
he couldn't work. He worked at Little Caesars for a little while. He was a shaker boarder while he was taking a break every hour on the hour. Well, he got a new manager, and she kind of was like, no, you're not doing that. She was acting outside and all that. Well, he couldn't handle it. He quit. He came home.
Gotcha.
Like 15 minutes after I dropped him off, I'm like, what are you doing here? I
Yeah.
quit my job. I'm like, why? Because she cut my brakes off. And I'm like, well, dude, you're only there for 4 hours.
Oh, he's not there for 4 hours. Wow. And you get a break every.
You're only supposed to get one break.
Wow.
And he was taking
4 hours.
He can't handle authority.
Yeah.
I mean, I even have a hard time cleaning up his room,
Yeah.
as you guys see.
Yeah. It was pretty messy.
Some pig in it.
Yeah. It was
Well,
pretty messy.
it was a good thing I got it before you guys got up there. Because it was even worse. Because the day you left, I went up there and it was like, 6 bags of garbage and 4 bags of empty bottles. Yeah.
What's, I mean, what, is he just not pick up his stuff? Is that the deal? I mean, he's just lazy? Okay. What's he on disability for?
He's got ADHD, autistic. He's got what's the other one? Asbergers.
Okay, all right.
He's got one. When he was born, what happened was her umbilical cord. She wrapped around his neck twice.
Oh, okay.
So it took a
Some
lot.
oxygen and stuff like that.
Oh,
She's
wow.
got a mind of a 12-year-old. And I'd never have a mind over a 12.
Is he kind of a loner?
Well, pretty much.
Okay, so he didn't have any close friends or anything.
He's just his cousin,
Who's his cousin?
Ricky.
Ricky. What do you want his last name is?
No, I do.
Okay.
My wife would. I don't know if it's Godejohn Story.
Going hard at this.
How did he get down? How did he get from here to Springfield?
Bus.
Like the Greyhound? Okay. And then did you guys give him any money or anything so he could put up a hotel? Did he have money for his?
She sent him money.
She is in Gypsy?
Yeah.
So, okay. How much money did she send him? No idea.
No clue.
How do you know that she sent him money? Did he tell you that? Or was it just something you see? Do you know how much she sent him?
I have no clue.
Okay.
I know it was like, I'd say a few $100.
Okay. And what makes you think that?
Because he had money for the taxi, and the taxi driver's like, well, first, taxi was supposed to be $75, and then it changed to like $80-some. But we told the taxi driver to turn around. We'd pay him for,
Right.
whatever, and then we'd give him a ride down there. And I just seen some of the money that he was counting out, and I know he had a couple hundred on him easily.
Okay.
But last time when I took him down, she sent up, I think, $400 or $500, and that's out of her SSI, supposedly.
Did she send him cash or check or money order? Cash? Did she send through the mail?
Yeah.
Surprised I got through. And it's safe to say he probably either got there late that night or
He got there late that night.
Late that night. Okay. Did he call you? He was there or something.
Yes.
Okay. All right. From when he left to the time he got back, and from what I'm understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, she picked him up at the bus stop at
2-something in the morning.
2 in the morning.
I do miss Nick too.
Do you? All right. Well, you'll get to see him again, I'm sure. Okay.
From when?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, did he just say you miss Nick?
Is this a brother of his? Okay.
He did. He just said he missed him. And then the detective said, you'll get to see him, I'm sure. That's a lie.
Passive aggressive dick.
That's-
Well, yeah, he means, you'll get to see him in prison. I'm sure you'll get to see him in prison. Like, what kind of? I don't give a shit about your feelings, his feelings. This manipulative. See you next Tuesday. You'll get to see him. It's fine.
Okay, the censored person is his stepbrother. Yeah.
Excuse my language. I'm just sorry.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. And yeah, that's horrible. Or is it his full brother? I don't know. I think it's his stepbrother. Pretty sure. Anyway, they're very close. I know that. Yeah, I don't know if there was. Yeah, I find it a bit strange that the kid's in there. I'm not sure why the kid's in there.
Oh, that's his minor? His kid?
Who? The stepdad.
That's weird. Like, with Mark Jensen, he went to the police station when they did his interrogation with his kid because he thought the cops just wanted to ask him a couple questions. Well, then there was an 8-hour interrogation. So the kid was like with a officer, like babysitting basically. He was the main focus, but it's like, just take the kid out of the room and have another officer babysit him.
Yeah. Do you want a link, David? You're hanging out?
Yeah, if you
Welcome
want
to
one.
one. Yeah. Okay, keep going.
And that, well, I don't know how you call them. It's the same
Kim.
mother, so probably
They
full
couldn't
blood,
do
but-
anything. They were raided
Yeah.
and took to the
Another
station.
just involved.
Mm.
From the night when he left to the time he came back, had you talked to him, interviewed her in between that?
Oh yeah, I check
Sweet.
on him every day.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Just to make sure he's all right. Like I said,
If he ever indicated anything was wrong, he was upset.
no,
He talk about Gypsy or anything?
no, not really. I mean, I'd asked him what's going on. Have you got in contact with her? Because he said she didn't have a phone. The only way he could get in contact with her was on the internet. And I told him straight out when he gets down there, try to get a hold of her right away and come back the next day on the bus. That's what I wanted.
Sure.
Well, it didn't work that way. Also, he tells me when he's down there, oh, my bus ticket's good, not until Friday. Well, or Thursday. His was Thursday, yeah, because she didn't have a bus ticket, so it was Friday for her.
Okay.
So I was just like, oh, something's getting wrong here, and then all of a sudden find out Thursday that he couldn't come back home because she didn't have a ticket, so they'd have to come home Friday. I'm like, well, isn't she the one that booked you the ticket?
Right.
So wouldn't you think if she booked you the ticket, she'd
She'd
book
get
her own
ticket, yeah. Okay. And she didn't apparently. Okay. Did you talk to Gypsy any time?
No, I talked to her when she actually
Came back here.
came back here.
Okay. Now, when I came back here, what was your impression? I mean, did you feel like there was anything wrong? Did you feel like everything was good?
Everything seemed normal.
Okay.
So,
Um,
the only thing that was kind of odd was when she came down and tried making macaroni and cheese right before I was getting ready to go to work. She was making it weird, and I was trying to show her the right way of making it. She was actually taking the milk, the cheese packet, and the butter and mixing it all together, cold.
okay.
Not waiting for it. She goes, well, this is how my mom does it. I'm like, I'll show you the right way to do it. Like,
I don't know. So
What do
she
you want to
mixes
talk
the milk packet and everything together first and then puts it in? What? God, she's weird. Like, why would you do it that way?
Hang on, what milk? Oh, you're talking about the eggs.
No, go back a few seconds. He's talking about how she makes macaroni and cheese.
Oh, macaroni and cheese. Okay. Hang on.
she was making it weird, and I was trying to show her the right way of making it. She was actually taking the milk, the cheese packet, and the butter and mixing it all together, cold.
Okay.
Not waiting for it. She goes, well, this is how my mom does it. I'm like, I'll show you the right way to do it, next time. I'm like, next time, what you do is you take your noodles, you pour them, take the water off and put them back in the pan and put it all your time for that.
Huh. Okay.
Sweetie.
And then Nick ended up, as we were talking,
Sorry.
just drop her mom. And
Yeah, what?
I just had a rant to make.
Yeah.
What person in the right mind makes macaroni and cheese that way? I'm going to put this packet, the milk, and the 4 tablespoons of butter, which is still an insanely god amount, and mix it together. And like, how do you get the butter melted at that point? This is absurd. Why would you? And then you have another bowl to clean. You cook the freaking macaroni and cheese. It's hot. It's just been boiling. It's ready to go. You dump the butter in there. You do the 1/4 cup of milk, and you dump the packet in, and you stir. 1 bowl, no new bowls, same bowl.
Okay,
Well, my
you know
mom
what?
does it that
She
way.
hasn't. No, okay, but she's never been able to do it because she's been in a wheelchair her whole life. She's been on chemotherapy. By the way, she's been telling people that she had segue, right? just recently she put a TikTok out or something, or she was on Lifetime or something, and she told people that the reason that her teeth are taken away is because she had chemotherapy. She's never had chemotherapy, not one dose.
Can we
Never.
charge her for the
Just-
macaroni and cheese thing, though? Seriously?
Sure.
Is the statute of
Sure.
limitations passed?
Yep. She never had chemotherapy. She's still lying about the things that happened to her. She never had chemotherapy. It's not okay to tell people you had anything to do with cancer. Right? It's just not
Okay.
okay. I don't think I've ever had mac and cheese either. You've never had mac and cheese?
Even this weirdo Australian has.
Yeah. That's a
And
bit
she
strange.
eats kangaroos.
I do eat kangaroos. Okay,
Wait,
moving
really?
on.
I just thought you got kind of offensive because I was talking to her, so you went up in his room. And then when I was getting ready to leave and supper was done,
Happy Tappy?
he came back down. And it just seemed like he was kind of upset with me or upset about something.
And he knew you were talking about her, Gypsy's mom.
Dang.
Right.
Was that conversation between you and Gypsy and about her mom? Was it kind of a lengthy conversation?
No, just a short one, just water cooking.
It's better cooking.
Yeah.
Okay.
That her mom never let her cook or anything.
All right. Well, obviously, you don't want to that kind of made him want her. Did you see anything Gypsy or about her or sorry, I'm on very little bit of sleep, so I apologize. My mind's going
I feel
crazy.
bad. I feel the same.
Yeah. Or Nicholas that would stand out that you can remember. Okay. Nothing different about him.
The only thing that freaked me out is she was wearing a wig.
Okay.
You know?
And was that whenever she picked her up and came to the house, she was wearing a wig?
Yeah, she was wearing a wig. And then,
You know what color that was?
it was
Black.
like a black reddish. It had a tint to it.
Okay. Did she say, and how did you know it was a wig? Did you ever meet your Gypsy before?
No, I haven't.
Okay. How did you realize it was a wig? I know it's a simple
Well,
question, but
She was at her house.
when she was in Nick's room, and first time I seen her, she had the long hair because they went to the gas station or wherever. Well, then I had to talk to Nick for something, so I went in his room, and all of a sudden, he noticed this person with short hair like that, and I was like, and he's going to me, Dad, Nick's got some dude in there also. There's like a boy in there. I'm like, Quinn, no, there's not. Yeah, there is. I'll show you.
yeah.
Quinn, let's go downstairs and I'll explain it to you.
Yeah.
I was like, no. Because I thought, she had a problem with growing her hair. And I even told my wife, I go, maybe she has, she had cancer or something or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I don't
Sure.
know. So I was trying to explain to him,
Right.
she wears a wig. And it's a girl up there. She just wears
A wig, right. Okay.
I
No, we both didn't until alone.
Yeah.
It was kind of freaky. It was like, what the?
Yeah.
You do a
Also-
double take. Yeah.
Yeah. And she never said why she was wearing it, or Nick never
I mean,
said
I never
why.
asked.
Okay.
I'm not that way. I don't ask about people's, illnesses or problems
Right.
or whatever.
Sure.
And that's just like when people are asking me, was she in a wheelchair or crutches or what? It's like, she's a perfectly fine girl from what I've seen.
Who's asking you those questions?
Other officers.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Well, there's a reason for that. She's supposedly wheelchair bound.
that's what I heard. And I was like, well, was she in a wheelchair bound? Well, I seen.
Well, that's
And I was like, from what you guys seen when you picked her up.
And that's what I was getting ready to say, because you hit it right on the nail on the head. I mean, you're obviously going, didn't look wheelchair bound to me. That's pretty cut and clear. That she's able to walk on her own. And you got those stairs in your house that go up,
Right.
and she's been up and down them.
Constant.
No issues.
No issue.
Nobody's had to help her.
No.
Okay.
And when I actually seen the picture of her mom and her, and then they showed the outside of the house, there's a wheelchair ramp, and I was like,
Well, there's a wheelchair right there.
well, how big her mom is, maybe for her, and all of a sudden my head's like, no, it's supposed to be for Gypsy, I guess. And I'm like,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with her.
Yeah. That's kind of what. Yeah.
So I don't know what she was putting in my stepson's head,
Yeah.
That.
Well, Did they have any arguments or anything when they were there? Okay. Anything else for?
No, all I know is they were freaking going at it like rabbits.
Yeah.
I had to yell at them. Well, I didn't yell at them. I just asked them politely, I'm like, can you please wait until I go to work or whatever? I'm up here.
Did you guys hear that? Hang on, I'll go back.
Because I was sleeping.
Anything when they were there? Okay. Anything else for?
No, all I know is they were freaking going at it like rabbits.
Yeah.
I had to yell at them. Well, I didn't yell at them. I just asked them politely, I'm like, can you please wait until I go to work or whatever?
Can you wait 10 minutes?
Because I was sleeping in his bed.
Upstairs in the room. Yeah. Upstairs. Okay.
Wait, he was in the room?
They were going at it like rabbits. He had to get them. What? Who was?
This guy, was he in the room with them?
No, no.
like
It's just that they were so loud. No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still creepy, but at least okay.
No. They were in They were in Nick's room, right? But
Okay.
they were going at it like rabbits all the time, and he had to ask them to like wait till he went to work.
And the D is
Yeah.
Aya.
Yeah, like rabbits. Yo, hang on, there's more to this. Just a sec.
It's like a weird question, but the reason why I'm asking. Is she loud?
Is she loud?
Not loud. Squeaky. Okay. Whenever they're.
Yeah, she's got a very squeaky voice.
Okay.
And yeah, she's kind of loud, and it's like, that's why I had to say something.
Yes.
Okay.
Anything else, Charlie, that you can think of that would be helpful that you can think of? Okay. Before he left, was there anything that stood out to you that would have been different about him, or is he acting different or anything?
The only thing that was different is he didn't let either one of us know that he was taking a taxi.
Whenever he left the room.
Okay.
He seemed to be in a good mood all of a sudden for a really out of nowhere. A little weird, but he whenever he left the room, he started to sing "I'm Walking on Sunshine" and danced to the bathroom.
I don't know why. Okay, I don't know what the point of that question was. Right, hang on a minute. Let's go back. Let's say, like, what?
He was kind of loud, and it's like in his bed.
Upstairs in the room.
Yeah.
Upstairs. Okay. It's like a weird question, but the reason why I'm asking. Is she loud? Is she
more?
Not loud.
Squeaky.
Okay. Whenever they're.
Yeah, she's got a very squeaky.
Why?
No, just a
whatever. I'm up here because I was sleeping in his bed.
Upstairs in the room. Upstairs. Okay. It's like a weird question, but the reason why I'm asking. Is she loud? Is she not loud? Squeaky. Okay. Whenever they're.
Yeah, she's got a very squeaky voice.
Okay.
And yeah, she's kind of loud, and it's like, that's why I had to say something.
Yes.
I'm walking on sunshine. Hey.
Anything else, Charlie, that you can think of that would be helpful?
I don't know the melody.
You can think of. Okay.
I just don't get where that question came from. Was she loud? I mean, it's funny, but why?
I'm walking on sunshine. Hey. Feels good. Yeah.
I mean, hey, Lauren. Who is this interview? I just came in. Okay. This is the stepdad of Nick Godejohn, and yeah, he's just talking about how.
Oh my God! Yes, Becca. Yes.
Yes,
there's like a 10-year-old kid there. He's like, "Oh yeah, they're going at it like rabbits. I had to tell them to keep it down." Yeah, Nick. Oh God, he would not stop with it. Oh, he was just pounding her. Oh,
no, he didn't say that.
Go to Pound Town and go back.
He didn't say Pound Town. He didn't say that at all.
I was
hey, Obscure Destinations. How's it going? Oh, look, I think we all agree with you about that one. Just my opinion. I think Gypsy Rose is a master manipulator like a mother was. Oh yeah, Oh yeah, I think so. No, okay. So all right. So okay. Calm down. All right. So this is the stepdad. He was married to the mum, Stephanie Goldhammer. So this is Charlie Goldhammer, I believe. Yes, Charles Goldhammer. And he was living in the house at the time when Nick and Gypsy got together in Missouri, and then took the Greyhound bus back to, in Wisconsin, and then took the bus back to Missouri to do the stabby. And he's not testifying, he's talking to the detective about the fact that they were together in the house and being quite loud in Nick's
And then
bedroom.
he also did the stabby to her. Sorry.
Yes. Oh, you're in the Everglades. Oh, awesome. You do all sorts of fun stuff. Yeah. But this is like, it's like he was, why is both of these detectives now, they're both obsessed. So
was she
with
really
the
loud?
sex life of these two.
Do you know what positions they were in? I mean, can you give me more details? I'm trying to live vivaciously through this encounter. Can you tell me more, please?
Vicariously, I think you mean.
That too.
Yeah.
It's been a long day. Okay, it's been a shit day.
It's very strange. The questioning of these investigators is very strange.
Did they do cowgirl? Do you know? I need details now.
They go into so much detail. It's like, why?
Doggy style?
I don't get that question at
BDSM?
all. Is she loud? Hello. So excited I call live. I love you both. You're so funny. Oh, that's so sweet. That is so sweet. Roosty, CIW, midnight. There are, and that's so lovely. You know why? Because there are so many people who leave comments and I know watch the show and don't get to be at the lives. And it's so nice to see you guys turn up in live chat when we finally get to meet you. Hello. Lovely to see you. Okay, let's keep going. Almost finished.
Before he left, was there anything that stood out to you that would have been different about him, or was he acting different or anything?
The only thing that was different is he didn't let either one of us know that he was taking a taxi. Okay, this taxi just popped out of the clear blue, and then he left a note on his bed.
And what did it say?
Just said that he was going to Missouri to pick up Gypsy.
Okay, that's fair enough. His computer stuff. Did you ever see her on a laptop or a computer up there whenever she was with you guys after they got back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I pretty much stayed. I don't go in his room.
Okay.
I try to avoid his room.
Yeah.
As you can see,
Yeah.
It always upset me, and it's just
Sure.
I don't like getting upset, and I hate repeating myself, and there's nothing I can do about it because it's your kid.
I hate repeating myself.
I understand that. I'm in one of those situations. You know,
how many times do I have to
there's somebody that has, have a stepson. You know, you have your boundaries. You know, it's hard sometimes because you see stuff that mama doesn't see. You know, and sometimes you step in too far. Sometimes you don't step in enough, and you're like, well, what do I do? So
that's like part of this. It feels like my fault. You know, if I would have went with them, or if I would have known anything. You know, to stop it, but
well, that's probably the reason why he didn't want you to go. Obviously, I'm from a different state, different county than what state you guys live in. Let me ask you something. When the officers made contact with you guys, I'm not sure how all that went down. Did that, and I can't speak for them, but what I want to get at here is this. Did you guys deny consent to search?
No, we didn't.
Okay, all right. I'm not, don't quote me on this. I'm not saying that somebody told me this, because like I said, it's been a long week and I've had a lot of stuff.
No, we told them straight out, you know, we could actually go in and got them. We came right down, you know, instead of all the force that they used.
Okay.
But no, we told them they can do whatever they want.
So if they came up to the door and knocked on the door and said, hey, is he here? You would have let them come in and get it. Okay.
That would have been a hell of a lot easier than what they went through.
Yeah. And with the search of the house, Did you guys ever deny? Did you tell the officer, no, we're not going to search? Okay. Sometimes we do search warrants just because that's what we have to do. It's just part of, especially if it involves anything major, which obviously this is a major case.
I mean, no, we both gave our consent about phones,
Okay.
cars, everything.
Okay. I just want to clarify that because I can't remember if I've heard that or where that came from. So that's part of the loose ends I'm trying to tie up on everything. So, okay. And that's your right. I mean, if you did, even if you said no, get a search warrant. I mean, that's your right. But I just kind of wondered why, if that was the case, why was you guys doing that? But obviously, you're telling me you didn't do that. So
We have no hide.
yeah, and that's obvious by even the search.
The only thing that I had hid was my blades. Now I know why.
Yeah,
Because I collect all different kind of knives and stuff.
yeah. I've seen a couple of them in the garage and stuff.
Yeah, I got a Rambo, or actually it's Cobra,
Mm-hmm.
or the movie Cobra.
Yeah.
The one with the spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that one in the garage there. Yeah, it's been cool looking.
And then I got my disc one.
Yeah. Did you remember getting in the mail? Your mail obviously runs there on the street because your mail lady showed up when you were there.
Right.
So you get your mail there. Do you remember seeing an envelope or anything that came in the mail addressed to Nick or Gypsy or anything like that?
There was one that just came in Saturday. Because I took.
It would be safe to say
Correct.
it has Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you got that in the mail then, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Paige, yes, that's possible. My question is though, if that were the case, like, okay, fair point. I suppose I'd like to put it around the other way for a moment. If it had been a female perpetrator, would they have asked the same questions, right? So the same sort of questions, like if we were to, and we're not going to look at Nick's interrogation today, but if we were to look at Nick's interrogation, they asked him over and over again questions about whether or not he was involved in all sorts of let's just say I don't want to get too much into it, but whether or not he ejaculated over and over again, whether or not he managed to get to that point with her, all these things. And if it had been the other way around, if it were a female, would they have gone to those lengths? I don't think so. I think they wouldn't have even thought for a second that that she was taking advantage of him. So, and really, I think what's come out now, what people are starting to realize, looking at the wealth of evidence that's actually around, and there's so many texts, there's so many messages, there's so many phone calls, there's all sorts of things that actually show that she was actually taking advantage of him and his disability. That was probably more the line of questioning that they should have been going down. But there was kind of this, what do you call it? There's something about their preconceived notion as to there's this guy and he's been seeing her and they've been having this relationship, so therefore he must be sort of taking advantage of her. But I see where you're coming from, Paige. Like, I completely see where you're coming from. Like, yeah, I wonder whether they thought he was taking advantage of her. Yeah, they pushed it a bit far though. I think they pushed it a little bit far. Let's keep going.
Was it?
I'd like to know what the rest of the chat thinks about that theory.
Next question.
I don't go through mail.
Okay.
Maybe I should.
Did you get the package and then put it on the table, or did she get the package, or how did?
I went out to the mail, grabbed it, and I seen it was for Nick and me. Well, I just put it on the table. Well, then they came downstairs to do something. Oh, put potatoes away or whatever. And I was like, Nick, there's a thing on the table for you. And Gypsy's like, oh, I'll take it.
Okay. And she grabbed it, and did she go back upstairs with it? Okay. All right. It plays a significant part in a lot of things that went on. Can't tell you what was in it because
That's fine. I don't want to know what's in it.
and you definitely don't know what was in that package. Did you see a return address or anything on there?
No, I didn't even look. I was like, someone's name, and that was it.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't really scope out packages or anything. You know, it's like it's yours. It's
Yeah, you take it. I don't want to mess with it. Sure, that's no shame. All right. Anything else you can think of that will help us on this?
I wish I had more information for you. Sure, I really do.
Okay.
You know,
Well, you have my card, so if there's anything that you can think of, feel free to call me. That direct line will get to my desk in Springfield, and I'll call you back. Leave me with your number just in case I don't have it. In case the mountains paperwork, then I'll call you back when I can. But if you think of anything, or sometimes a lot of stuff jogs your memory, and a day later or 3 o'clock in the morning, you're going, "Oh, hey, I do remember this." Call me the next day or whatever. So,
but luckily enough, you brought up that info because
yeah,
no,
there was some significance to that. So,
like I said,
I don't know, Nick. You know him better than me. What kind of person, if somebody never met him, what kind of person is Dick?
he's pretty quiet to himself. You know, I mean, we always tell him he's got to get out and mingle. You know,
Sure.
Find people, but he's like, "Oh, I'm afraid of getting backstabbed because everybody backstabs you." And all that stuff.
Yeah.
How do you figure? I mean, that's why I go to work because I meet people and stuff. And
Sure.
And that's the only way.
Well, seriously, I can't think of anything else I've got that I need to ask you or talk to you about.
Like I said, I wish I had information for you.
No, that's all right. I mean,
I'm in the clouds and kind of rather be in the clouds in a way.
sure.
I just feel bad for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure
She's jumping down my throat for every little thing. I accidentally screwed up and talked to Channel 12 yesterday, but I didn't really give them any information, so I didn't think I'd be on the news, and I ended up on the news.
Oh yeah. Anytime you talk to the media, they'll whatever you say, one or two things will happen. They'll misconstrue it, or they'll
That's usually happens.
or they'll run with it.
But usually,
Hey, you don't know anything about the case, right?
No.
Okay.
I just know, well, I know a little bit more.
And that's just based off of what? How'd you
My family, because they watch the
Thank
news.
Yeah, so basically they got it from the news, which they turned around and told you about it. Okay.
I
That
forgot.
means she connived Nick into doing it, and
Yep.
I guess she
connived
cut
Nick
her
into doing
throat
it.
and stabbed her. And that's about all I'm going to do.
Well, I think that's all I have. I don't know whether I can be over there. But I may step in just real quick and let them know that I'm done with you and see what she.
I didn't have any injuries.
None that you're saying.
Right.
What about his hands, arms, that maybe band-aids or anything on his fingers?
Not that I know of. But I mean, I really, like I said, I don't pay attention to anything. Just watch, you know.
Okay. No big deal. Ben, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate that from us. Thanks for all the cooperation.
Or if I hear any more.
Yeah, give me a call. Do you have my card still?
Yeah.
Yeah, just give me a call. Or if she thinks of something, or he calls.
Well, that was very interesting. For more reasons than I was kind of expecting. Yes. Dolly. They're going to come back. Oh. Alrighty. Just a second. Okie dokie. Ew. Cool. Okay. Thank you everyone for being here. Now, this is just one thing I wanted to say before we go. We have next week on the show, I have dug up a interview with Nick, which I've never seen in its entirety before. He did an interview with a news station that a little portion of the interview was actually used at trial against him. And I found the entire interview. Now, we can use it under fair use copyright rules on YouTube as long as we are commenting on it and using it for commentary purposes. So we're going to show it next week. make sure you tune in again, 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. Tell your friends to be back here. Subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on. If you're a member, you can join our Discord. If you have membership, then make sure you click underneath the membership tab, and there's a little link there underneath perks where you can click through and get to our Discord, and then you get all of the live alerts. You never miss one. But regardless, no pressure to do that. Just be here 6:30 p.m. Eastern next week, and you will see it all live, and you can be in chat, which is lots of fun. As any of you who have been here for the first time have noticed, is great fun, and we have a really fun chat community. Now, one more thing before we go, and that is on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, there is another man who really has not had justice, and he's in prison right now, and he'll be there for the rest of his days if something's not done about it. And that is Zachariah Anderson. He is someone we all care about deeply here, and we've been working for over a year now to try and secure him an appeal to raise money and awareness for this man. He was convicted with no evidence. There was no body, there was no corpse, there was no murder weapon, there was no DNA, there was nothing, no witnesses, there was nothing. Oh, thank you so much, Bruce DCRW Midnight. Oh. Sometimes we all click on the same thing at once. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it, and it's so nice to have you in chat. Thank you. It means so much to us. It means so much to us to have you here in chat and making the effort to be here. Appreciate it. Paige, free Zachariah Anderson, free him, and please come along. Any of you who believe in justice and wronging injustices, come along on Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, for this one, part 4 of Not a Murderer, Zachariah Anderson, An Urgent Fight for Justice. Thursday, 6:30 p.m. It's not Eastern Daylight Saving Time. That's my wrong there. It's Eastern Standard Time. It's always Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
I don't know. Yep. Maybe we can post that again with the right thing on it. Sorry, tragic. Yeah. So please come along for that one. But the link is correct. If you want to click on the link and press the notification button, that will take you there. Yeah, and I will be presenting to you information about that case so that you can become familiar with it. You don't have to watch the entire trial. You can just get yourself aware of what the facts are, and you decide for yourself. But we believe that this man is completely innocent and he does not deserve to be in prison. There we go, Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, sheesh. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. This has been a really nice stream. We really enjoyed it. Please press the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Make sure you subscribe to this guy as well. He's pretty awesome. And also, you watch the entire Gypsy Saga with your. Oh, thank you.
Aww,
and the text messages too. Oh, that's so
that was
sweet.
on my channel, wasn't it?
Yeah. We posted it here as well.
Oh, okay.
But the interrogations are also in the playlist too. So yeah. And now we're going to go raid the lovely Steve Gosney. He is live right now. So Steve Gosney is fantastic.
Wait.
Your channel link.
Yeah.
Make sure your channel link is actually in the description as well. So
yeah. I would appreciate somebody subscribing to me because I'm at 666 subscribers and I'm very superstitious.
Well, that's a bad number. You don't want to be at 666 subscribers. No, we want to make sure that we push you out of that number.
Go ahead and post.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. You can subscribe to Dolly Talk there.
As well.
And Sean's what?
Sean's channel.
Of course. Absolutely. I thought you meant to go over to him, but no, I don't think he's live right now. So, yeah. So we will be going. Absolutely. Oh, you like that number, Bobby? Of course you do. All right. Yes, definitely subscribe to this guy. He's fantastic. And Sean and Billhammer and everybody. Look in my description, guys. Yes. There's links to all the cool people to subscribe to. David as well, Mr. David from Making All Simple Network. He's also there. So make sure you subscribe to all the people. But we're now going over to Steve Gosney. So please say Excited Utterance Raid, EU Raid,
Yes.
EU Dali Raid, whatever you want to say. But make
Mr.
sure you say
Not
Raid
Neverland.
as you go over there. And thank you so much for being here. It's been a wonderful, wonderful stream. Thank you to David for the raid. And we are going to go do a raid now. See you on
Alright.
Thursday for Zach stream, and see you Tuesday in a week.
Junior, get out of my computer case.
Another Nick Godejohn stream.
Cats.
Bye. Peace, everyone.
Bye.
Love you.
Ah!